Smoky into the mountains today. Finally warmed up a little bit. Got about 16. Looking like day 23? I think today's day 23. Hey, Sam.
Yeah. And so they can get aggressive.
4 warmer today. See if I can video some of this without falling. Baby steps. It's getting pretty up here. Only got some tree-covered snow, snow-covered trees. Right here. Go for it, I'll go for it. I think 4 more times. Math is hard. Oh wow, this is a crazy view. There you go. Looks like we're playing Twister over here. Now Tony with the snow spikes. He's just gonna walk right through it.
He's just gonna walk right over.
Everything is here in snow. Pretty freaking cool. It said we could climb on the rocks, right? That's what we're supposed to do? Yeah. Okay. Ooh. I almost just busted it. Oh, the Tuscan Raiders, yeah. That is gnarly.
Say what? It is.
Yo, way up here. Don't look down. I wonder what that smoke is. I mean, it could just be clouds.
Active calories so far.
Freaking gorgeous day today, man. Can't get over how many views there are. Gotta figure out where this view's at up here, so we need some lunch. Oh, dang. Is this it? Find a good sitting rock. Like how as soon as you cut back on the left side of the ridge, it's all ice.
Oh yeah.
Probably the biggest roadblock yet. This is definitely pretty fresh. So hopefully it's not too big of a hassle to get over here. Dude, it's just never gonna get old. Every time I come up to one of these peaks and it's like, oh, there's a view ahead. I swear these mountains are getting bigger the more we get into it. It's pretty incredible. So I think it's day 23. Sorry, it just opens up again, and I'm like, what? How can you not stop and like look at that? It's day 23, and we took 2 zeros in a Nero into Gatlinburg over the weekend to avoid these really cold temperatures, and I think it was the right move. Trail is a little bit frozen today, and I've probably fallen at least 3 times, maybe more. We've all fallen here and there. There are just spots that you just can't avoid, and it's just nothing but slick ice, but it's neither here nor there. I will say, I'm very glad that we did take those zeros. We were gonna try to make it to Hot Springs so we could be pushing miles, and those first few days in the Smokies really just drained me, even after the Nero and Fontana. Like, I don't know if it was just the lack, I think I've talked about it a little before, I don't know if it was lack of nutrition, just pushing myself too hard, but today has felt really good. We're a little over halfway. It's a little under 16 miles today, I think like 15 and a half or whatever, but I don't know. I have very much enjoyed today, even with all of the ice. It's just been beautiful. The views have been great. It's like 30 degrees outside, but it's not like super hot. And I've just had all this energy like cooped up, and I was ready to go. So I'm definitely glad the weather pushed us off, because I think I would not have enjoyed the Smokies at all if we were to push through those last 2 days trying to chase weather, because I was hating the trail the first few days, which it was kind of worrying me a little bit. It was like the first few days where I was just like, man, what am I doing out here? I mean, that very first day that we were on trail was definitely a wake-up call, but definitely teaching me some stuff, especially when it comes to just listening to your body. And fortunately, there is a gap that was halfway through the Smokies that was perfect to get off of, so that was really cool. We got to meet a guy, his name was Turtle Treks, and he does a bunch of different types of adventures and stuff, so that was pretty cool getting to talk to him, and we were really lucked out that we got to meet him. We got up to the gap, and it was just so miserable up there. Everyone was trying to get off. All the shuttles were booked, and he was waiting for a single hiker who never showed up, so he gave us a ride back into town, which is super grateful. Very cool guy. Tried hitching for the first time, and maybe it's just because we're in a touristy area. We had so many cars going by in that gap, like it was a major highway, and everyone was just kind of waving at us as we went by. We were freezing, and sitting there just like, please, somebody pull over. Finally, one guy pulls over, and I noticed that this car is literally full of people, and I said, hey, there's 4 of us, and he was like, yeah, just get on top, and they all started laughing and drove away, and we were like, cool, thank you, I guess. Like, so first experience of attempting hitch, not so great, but I think as we get into some of these smaller towns and stuff, I've already met like pretty much everyone is hitched at this point. We've just pretty much found shuttles and gotten really lucky not to have to do it, but it seems like it shouldn't be as difficult as it was the other day, because we were up there for like 40 minutes just sitting outside in the rain trying to find a ride. Thought this was pretty cool. So here's the trail here. You can really see how steep most of this is. Most of the time it's covered in trees though. So let me go out a little bit so you can see. But yeah, pretty significant drop off over here. Just gotta be careful on these ridges. Oh, it's so gorgeous today. This is incredible. Sun's starting to get low. About 2.5 miles left, but oh my gosh, man. It's freaking gorgeous. Kind of cool how it keeps going in and out of snow. The ice isn't fun, but like these snow-covered trees and like walking through these little patches of snow are pretty freaking cool. Pretty crazy. All right. Nothing but views. The second half of the Smokies has been just freaking gorgeous, man. Anyway, good morning. It's day 24. I hope I still have my days right. I've been journaling. I've been doing a lot of stuff. Every time I get to camp and it's cold, all I want to do is get bundled up and go to bed. So today, hopefully, It'll be the last day in the Smokies, and it's kind of bittersweet because I was really not liking the Smokies at first, and I think a lot of that had to do with the weather we were walking through. This second half has been gorgeous. Feel good. My legs. I feel like my trail legs are finally kicking in. I think that 0 definitely helped. So, but there's a shelter at 15 miles at I think it's the Davenport shelter. Then Davenport Gap's another 3. Or that can't be right. I think it's 18.3 total to the hostel. So we're gonna have to feel it out. Yesterday we did 15, almost 16, and feeling pretty good. But who knows how we're gonna be doing after the end of today. So we'll just have to play by ear, see how things go. About 5 miles in today, and honestly, something about being underneath the mountains that is pretty cool. When you're on top, it's pretty sweet because you can see forever, but like, man. Okay, 0.6 miles is a side trail, is a long freaking trail. Gotta do it though to say goodbye to the Smokies. Please be the top. Add an extra 1.5 miles. Oh, that looks sweet. Path just kind of ends. Oh, goodness. Oh my goodness. Probably 10 years. This is so cool. There's the Smokies. All the way back there. Could say goodbye to the Smokies for good. Oh Lord. I'm doing a lot of work. Alright, so the fire tower was pretty freaking cool. Got about 5, maybe a little under 5 till we hit Davenport Gap Shelter, which means it's only a little bit further till we are officially out of the Smokies. And I'm excited. Excited to move on to do things because I have mixed feelings about the Smokies, but I mean, dude, they're beautiful. It's been crazy. Today was like the perfect day for the first day of spring after all that winter weather moved in. It's like probably 55-ish where I'm at. So back to hiking in a t-shirt, and it just feels good. Like the air is clear. Been a lot of animals out today. I saw my first chipmunk along with a lot of birds, and it's just been a beautiful day. So I think that puts us right at about 8 miles remaining until we hit Davenport Gap, or sorry, not Davenport Gap, Standing Bear Farm, which is the goal for today. But if I need to bail out at 15 instead of doing 18, because that side trail was 0.6 in, 0.6 out. So it's a little bit under 1.25 miles to go and see that. So I'm literally looking at doing well over 19 miles today. So we'll just have to see how the feet feel, because going up is when I typically I've started realizing is when I get like tired really quick. Coming down is when I start hurting more, whether it be my knees or more specifically my feet, or a combo of both. So we'll just have to see. There she is, officially done with the Smokies. Woo! Got less than 3 miles to shelter tonight. So I think it's like 5 o'clock. Maybe it's like 2.5. We can only hope, but I'll drop this off and we'll keep moving. All right, got about 1.4 miles till we make it to the hostel, and it is almost 7 o'clock. I am really hoping that they have extra space. I texted Sam and he hasn't texted me back yet, so I'm like, I hope there's room for me there. It seemed like most people weren't pushing through the Smokies today, and there would have been at least a little bit of a gap, but I don't know how many people they allow, so we'll just have to see I am a little bit tired. My feet are starting to hurt, my ankle's hurting, specifically because of the shoe, because I think the other day when I put on my shoes when they were frozen, like the area around the heel, like the support is kind of pushing and digging into my ankle, so that's not fun. So we're gonna have to see if we can fix that tonight. And then I'm also getting really hungry. Hopefully if I push through here, about to cross this road, and then it'll be back uphill for the last like 3/4 of a mile. So if I push through pretty hard, I'm hoping there's pizza or something there to eat, because that sounds really, really good. Got a nice little waterfall to seal off the end of the day. And a little treat for after the Smokies. It's pretty cool though. Little bridge crossing. This river looks freaking cool. I didn't realize we were doing road walking today. Right on the side of the interstate. There it is, Standing Bear Farm. Finally freaking made it. Longest day so far. Gonna grab some food. At least I think that's it. I hope I don't have to walk up another hill. That would suck. Oh, I see hikers. Let's go in a fire. We made it. Thank goodness. Alright, day 25 here from Standing Bear. Got a good night's sleep and some more miles today. So just a few days before we make it to Hot Springs. You're welcome. Gotta keep you informed, you know? This is kinda cool. It's like the clouds make it look like a sea with a bunch of different islands on it. It's pretty sweet.
Weird in the same way you're weird, and those guys aren't. Like, it's fun to run into weirdos who are weird the same way you're weird.
Okay, are we working? Sweet. All right, so short day today. Did about, I think it's like 7.2 miles out of the gap. And I don't know, it's just been a pretty boring day. Like the first 5 miles were up 2,000 feet, which was, glad we're taking a short day because of that. Because after yesterday and the day before of pushing like 2 of our bigger mile days, like our feet are hurting, and my right like heel, I don't know if it's the shoe, and just like when I have a theory, but it could either be the shoe or it could be my heel itself. So we're gonna try to put some what do you call it? Gonna try to do some medical with it tonight and fix that up, but has not been pleasant. So maybe a little bit of extra rest, because we're getting into camp pretty early tonight, will do us justice. But hopefully be able to do a bigger push tomorrow, leave us a short day in the Hot Springs, where we are going to, as we originally planned, at least take a Nero and rest up and go see the magical Hot Springs. And then potentially get some actual like town food we've been craving. Thought there was going to be a lot more food that like we had been craving in Gatlinburg, but Dairy Queen there and some other like fast food joints that sound really, really nice right now. So about 2 days out, and probably going to wrap it up here at camp tonight and just hang out for the rest of the night. All right, good morning. It is day 25 or 26. I'm starting to lose count. I really need to get back to editing videos because that's been helping me keep track of where we're at. But it is a beautiful day this morning. Woke up, got to hike in some shorts and a t-shirt. The bugs are out. And it's sunny, which is sunny and warm. Just something we really haven't seen yet, but doing potentially 16 miles today. So we have a short day in the hot springs in the morning. My foot is still hurting, so we're gonna have to push through that to be able to get into town and figure that out. But really excited. Today is max patch, so looking forward to that. Probably gonna take a nap up there and then push into the tent site tonight. Freaking gorgeous today. And this is my alternative to my bad shoe. All right, made it to Max Patch Road, which means we got about a mile push up the hill to Max Patch, and everyone's hanging out. So it looks like there might be some trail magic. We'll have to see.
But he's gonna love having some.
Yeah. Yeah, like I've just got dry sores. Like
You know, but
it's a veggie dog.
Oh, it's a veggie dog for real. Throw some chili on it. Cheese, that shit.
Do not enter. This is not the trail. Looks like a trail to me. It's close enough, right? We get to take the scenic route, the extra long route.
It's only like a few. Oh, you see the different streams of green.
Yeah, dude, it's cool.
Like starting to get like moss riddle.
Yeah. I'm trying to pick a good background. Yeah, where
It's all pretty good.
Look at this.
it's also that's the sun.
Such a beautiful day. Got a little less than 5 miles. And apparently we've gone further than I thought. Originally thought it was 16. Apparently it's closer to 17. And there's a chance that when we get to the tent site, we may have to go an extra mile and a half. So maybe another 18-mile day. I really hope not. This is typically where I tap out, is like 12 miles. Feeling real good, but get us in the hot springs earlier tomorrow. That way we can enjoy the day. All right, final push to the top of Buff Mountain. Got like 0.3 left to the top, and then it's like a mile down to the first campsite, and then like another mile and a half to the second, and I don't know which one we're staying at. So potentially gonna have to do the second, but that's fine. I honestly feel pretty good after today, even though we did another 17 and a half, potentially 18, which we just did our first one outside the Smokies. But it's puts us only a few miles outside of Hot Springs, which sounds pretty nice. Short walk in tomorrow, get some food. So I'm hyped. All right, finally done with the hardest portion of the day. Over like the 16 or 17 or whatever, however many miles we had. It was like over 4,000 feet of elevation gain. I think it's like, I don't remember how much down it was, but there was a lot of up. So today was definitely challenging. It's pretty cool. I don't know how well you can see that on camera, but it's very open. It's like the first little portion of trail that, like, Max Patch was awesome. Just how open it was and you could see everything around you. Very much enjoyed that. So I'm excited for like the Highlands and stuff in Virginia. Virginia is going to be pretty cool, I think. I've also heard a lot of hype about the Shenandoah Valley and potentially like aqua blazing for a few days and then like catching back up on miles. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of things that we're about to have the potential to do as long as we make it. We're halfway to the halfway marker, which means we're like 12.5% done of the trail, which means, like, what is that fraction wise? It's an eighth. We're about an eighth done. 200 and tomorrow will be over mile 270, so we're getting really close to 300. Right up on the 4-week marker, so pretty cool. Did a lot more miles than I think I was originally planning on doing in the first month, and I think we're definitely going to be picking up in Virginia and Pennsylvania. We just got to get there first. We got half a state left, or Tennessee and North Carolina. Like, we've got a little bit of both left, but getting close. It's pretty sweet. It's hard to see on camera, but like, this is like the first time I think I've been out here close to while the sun's going down, and it's beautiful. It's getting close to, or at least I've got about an hour left of sunlight. Since it's going behind the mountains and stuff, it's just really hard to keep light back here, but you can just kind of see a little bit. It's so hard to see. You're literally camping on the side of a cliff. That's what it looks like. I see it. Ooh. This is the spot, dude. Is this just straight down? Yep. Holy cow.
Sent my family a photo. I was like, I might not get good food.
Where's the waterfall up there? I think I see it. Okay. One more beautiful day. You can kind of see the mountain we just came up of. Went all the way down the valley. Now we're going back up. But it seems like after this, there's probably one more tiny little climb. And then we were in Hot Springs, so getting pretty close. Ooh. So I took my right shoe off because it was killing my ankle again. Yesterday it wasn't too bad. I wore the Croc for a little bit and put it back on. It was fine. But this morning it was killing me. I took the Croc off. And I just rolled my ankle pretty bad. So I'm like, dude, this right leg and this right foot are just taking a beating. So hopefully getting in a little early, getting some food, going to the hot springs, and like relaxing for the majority of the day, I'm hoping will help. And then I'm gonna go and see if I can get these shoes replaced. Fine, I'm very comfortable in these shoes and they've been working very well, but it gets kind of annoying that they like broke in that way so soon. And it's not like I was like shoving my foot in to break it. I think it was either due to the ice or like when it froze, or when they got soaked. Because after they froze and after they got soaked, they were fine. And I didn't wear them for 2.5 days when we were in Gatlinburg. So I don't know what caused them to break like this. And that's the only thing I can think of. But it is literally probably the worst pain that I've felt on trail. So much to where I'm literally hiking 7.5 miles in Crocs today, or single croc on my right foot to get rid of that pain. So it's just very annoying. My hope is either at the hostel or at the outfitter that's here in Hot Springs, that they have a solution for it. They can fix it, because these have lasted longer now than my first pair of shoes, which those first pair of shoes that I had already had like probably 200 or so miles on it. So I know they have a lot more in them. Like my left shoe feels fine. They have had no issue with it. So I'm hoping they either have a solution or they have a way to fix it, or I don't know. I really don't want to have to buy a new pair of shoes, but if I do, I might switch from the trail runners to some boots. I'm just kind of nervous about it, because like, I don't know, like I was told, for example, with like the Ultras, I think that's what they are. Let me think. Yeah, with the Ultras, with the 0mm drop versus I'm wearing a shoe that has a 5mm drop, say it's not worth switching on trail, because it takes a while for your foot to get used to. And then also, Tony was telling me as he was walking behind me yesterday that I kind of walk on the inside of my foot. So he thinks that there might be a better shoe for it. It's just like, I don't know. It's not my expertise, and I really need to talk to someone who has a good idea as to like giving me some good advice as to what I should do, because I have no clue when it comes to shoes. I just put them on and go. Can we go up and around, Tony? Drone shot. Woohoo! There's a trail back over there. Made it. Cool with it.
I kind of want to go dive in that.
I do too, dude. It looks nice and cold.
So if I was confident enough to take my hands off.
Yeah.
Dude, we were literally about to call the room. That would have been funny. That would have been the first time anybody did that for me. I was never that.